Ladies and gentlemen, let me slow this thing down for a moment because this first truth right here can save you years of confusion, heartbreak, and wasted energy. A man's greeting will always reveal his emotional investment long before his words ever catch up. Before he tells you what you want to hear, before he makes promises, before he paints pictures of a future, his greeting exposes how he truly feels. You see, words are learned behavior. Men learn what to say. Men learn what sounds good. Men learn what gets a reaction. But greetings are instinctive. A greeting happens before thinking. It's a reflex. And when a man is genuinely crazy about you, that reflex cannot be controlled. When a man sees a woman he truly desires, his body reacts first. His face softens. His posture changes. His energy shifts. He may not even realize it, but his entire demeanor gives him away. That's because attraction and emotional interest live deeper than logic. They live in the nervous system. That's why you can tell the difference between a man who is interested and a man who is invested. An interested man greets you politely. An invested man greets you emotionally. Pay attention to how quickly he acknowledges you. A man who truly cares notices you immediately. He doesn't make you wait. He doesn't scan the room first. He doesn't finish what he's doing and then get to you when it's convenient. His attention snaps to you because your presence matters to him. And when something matters to a man, it becomes a priority without him even trying. A man who is crazy about you doesn't greet you casually. There's intention in it. Even if he's trying to act cool, there's warmth underneath. Even if he's not expressive with words, his energy speaks. His voice sounds different. There's a softness there, a familiarity, a comfort that isn't forced. He greets you like someone he's been waiting to see, not like someone he just happened to run into. And here's the part a lot of people miss. A man's greeting doesn't depend on how you look that day. When he's truly into you, it doesn't matter if you're dressed up or dressed down. It doesn't matter if you're glowing or tired. His greeting stays the same because it's attached to who you are, not what you're presenting. Lust reacts to appearance. Emotional attachment reacts to presence by BR. If a man's greeting changes based on your effort, that's not love. That's convenience. When a man is crazy about you, he greets you like your presence improves his world. You don't feel like you're interrupting him. You don't feel like you're asking for attention. You don't feel like you have to earn warmth. It's just there. And the reason it's there is because emotionally, he associates you with peace, happiness, excitement, or comfort. His nervous system relaxes when you show up. That's why you'll notice something else. When a man truly cares, his greeting includes awareness. He looks at you, not past you, not through you, at you. He notices your mood. He senses if something is off. He asks how you are, and he actually waits for the answer. That's emotional investment. That's not politeness. That's connection. A man who isn't that into you will greet you on autopilot. A quick hey, a nod, minimal effort, no emotional depth. And here's the dangerous part. Sometimes that man will still say all the right things later. He'll text beautifully. He'll make excuses. He'll explain why he was distracted, but your spirit already felt the truth at the greeting. Your intuition is strongest at first contact. When a man is crazy about you, he can't hide his enthusiasm completely. Even reserved men show it in subtle ways. Maybe he leans in when he talks to you. Maybe he mirrors your body language. Maybe his smile lingers. Maybe he remembers something small and brings it up immediately. Those are not accidents. Those are emotional leaks. And let me tell you something else that matters. A man who truly cares greets you consistently. Not just when he wants something. Not just when he's in a good mood. Not just when other options aren't available. His greeting doesn't come and go with convenience. Consistency is the language of seriousness. You ever feel confused by a man's intentions? Stop listening to explanations and start watching entrances. Watch how he shows up when he sees you. That moment is raw. That moment is honest. That moment doesn't have time for performance. A man who is crazy about you greets you with presence. He's mentally there, emotionally there, not halfway, not distracted, not multitasking, and presence is rare. Presence is valuable. Presence is love in its earliest form. Ladies, don't underestimate greetings. Don't dismiss them as small things. Small things reveal big truths. The way a man greets you is the way he feels about you when no one is watching, when no script is written, when no reward is guaranteed. And once you learn to read that, you'll stop chasing clarity from men who already told you the truth the first time they saw you. Expand 2 key notes, 900 words without subheading and conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go deeper into this second truth because this one separates real feelings from temporary attention. Consistency in how a man shows up is the clearest proof of how he feels. Anybody can be impressive once. Anybody can be charming on a good day. Anybody can greet you warmly when it's convenient, when they're in the mood or when they want something. But consistency requires intention, emotional investment, and discipline. When a man is crazy about you, the way he greets you doesn't fluctuate with his circumstances. His respect for you doesn't disappear when life gets stressful. His warmth doesn't fade when he's tired. His energy toward you doesn't vanish when he's busy. You remain a constant in his behavior because you've become a constant in his mind. A man who truly cares doesn't make you wonder which version of him you're going to get. You don't have to read the room before approaching him. You don't have to brace yourself emotionally before saying hello. His greeting is steady, reliable, and familiar. That sense of emotional safety is not accidental. It comes from consistency. See, inconsistency is a form of communication too. When a man greets you with excitement one day and indifference the next, he's telling you that his feelings are conditional. They depend on his mood, his options, or his level of interest in that moment. And love doesn't work like that. Real interest doesn't turn on and off like a switch. When a man is crazy about you, his greeting becomes a habit, not an effort. He doesn't have to think about how to show up for you because his heart already decided. That's why consistency is so powerful. It shows you that his behavior is aligned with his emotions, not controlled by impulse. You'll notice that his greeting stays warm even when nothing is being exchanged. No favors, no attention, no validation. He doesn't greet you nicely because he expects something in return. He greets you warmly because it feels natural to him. That's emotional maturity. A man who isn't serious may greet you well when he wants your time, your body, or your energy. But once his needs are met, the effort drops. The greetings become shorter. The warmth fades. The presence weakens. And then you're left trying to figure out what changed, when the truth is nothing changed. His intention just became visible. Consistency also shows up in how he greets you publicly and privately. A man who is crazy about you doesn't switch up depending on who's around. He doesn't become distant in front of others. He doesn't downplay you when people are watching. His greeting stays the same because he's not hiding his feelings. Pride and affection show up naturally. And let me tell you something important. A consistent greeting creates trust. When you know what to expect from someone emotionally, your nervous system relaxes. You don't overthink. You don't question yourself. You don't feel the need to chase reassurance. That peace you feel around a consistent man is your body recognizing safety. Br men who are inconsistent often blame circumstances. They'll say they're busy, stressed, overwhelmed, or distracted. And life does get busy, yes. But emotional investment doesn't disappear under pressure. It reveals itself. A man who truly cares still finds a way to show warmth, even if it's subtle, even if it's brief. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means reliability. It means you don't have to earn kindness. It means affection doesn't feel like a reward. It means respect doesn't feel temporary. A man who is crazy about you also maintains consistency over time, not just in the beginning, not just during the chase, not just when emotions are high, even after comfort sets in, even after routine, even after familiarity. His greeting still carries care because his feelings didn't come from excitement alone. They came from intention. Br. And here's the truth a lot of people avoid. If a man's greeting becomes inconsistent, it's not your job to fix it. It's not your job to perform better, look better, or give more. Inconsistency is information. It's clarity disguised as confusion. When a man is truly into you, you won't feel emotionally whiplashed. You won't feel like you're guessing. You won't feel like you're walking on eggshells. His greeting will feel like home, familiar, safe, and dependable. So pay attention to patterns, not moments. Moments can be staged, patterns cannot. A consistent greeting is a man telling you without saying a word that you matter to him every day, not just when it suits him. Expend 3 key notes, 900 words without subheading and conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to you about something that never lies, never forgets, and never needs translation: body language and energy. A man can rehearse his words, he can plan what he's going to say, he can even convince himself that he doesn't care. But his body and his energy will always tell the truth before his mouth ever gets a chance. When a man is crazy about you, his body reacts to you automatically. He doesn't sit there and think, let me lean in now, or let me smile a little more. It just happens. His shoulders open towards you, his feet point in your direction, his posture becomes more alert. These are unconscious responses to emotional interest, and they're almost impossible to fake for long. Energy is the first signal. Before he speaks, you feel him. You feel his presence shift when you walk in. The room feels different. His attention becomes sharper. That's not imagination. That's your nervous system picking G up on his. Humans are wired to sense emotional focus. And when a man is deeply into you, his energy locks onto yours. You'll notice it in his eyes. Eye contact changes when a man truly cares. It's not just looking at you, it's staying with you. His gaze lingers. He doesn't scan the room while you're talking. He doesn't look through you. His eyes soften and there's curiosity there. A man who is crazy about you wants to absorb you. He wants to take you in, not rush past you. Then there's proximity. A man who is emotionally invested naturally finds reasons to be closer. He doesn't hover awkwardly, but he doesn't keep unnecessary distance either. He leans in when you speak. He closes gaps without realizing it. Physical closeness feels comfortable to him because emotionally he already feels close to you. Watch his hands. Nervous energy often shows up there. A man who is crazy about you might fidget slightly, adjust his clothes, touch his face, or smooth his hair. Not because he's insecure, but because he cares about how he's being perceived by you. That level of self-awareness doesn't show up for someone he feels indifferent about. You'll also notice mirroring. When a man is truly into you, his body subconsciously copies yours. If you lean in, he leans in. If you laugh, he laughs. If you slow down, he slows down. Mirroring is a biological signal of connection. It's the body saying, I'm with you. And it cannot be forced naturally unless there's genuine interest. Tone of voice is another giveaway. When a man is crazy about you, his voice changes, it softens, it becomes warmer, sometimes it drops slightly. There's more care in how he speaks to you. Even simple greetings carry emotional color. You can hear the difference between a man being polite and a man being present. And let's talk about smiles. Real smiles involve the eyes. The muscles around them engage naturally. A man who is genuinely happy to see you can't hide that. His smile appears quickly and fades slowly. It's not stiff. It's not rehearsed. It's spontaneous. A man who isn't that into you may still smile, but it won't reach his eyes. His body will remain closed. His feet might point away. His torso stays guarded. His energy feels scattered. You sense it immediately, even if you can't explain it. When a man is crazy about you, he becomes aware of your reactions. He notices when you laugh. He notices when you pull back. He notices when you go quiet. His body responds to your emotional cues because emotionally he's invested in your experience. Body language also shows in how a man exits. A man who truly cares doesn't rush away. He lingers. He finds reasons to extend the moment. He doesn't abruptly turn his back. He eases out of the interaction because emotionally, separation matters to him. Here's the powerful part. You don't have to study this. You feel it. Your body knows when someone is fully present with you. You feel seen. You feel acknowledged. You feel like you matter in that moment. That's energy alignment. If you ever find yourself confused by a man's words, Check his body. If his mouth says one thing, but his posture, eyes, and energy say another, believe the body. The body doesn't lie to protect ego. It reacts to truth. A man who is crazy about you cannot greet you without revealing himself. His body will lean toward you. His energy will open. His presence will feel intentional. And once you learn to trust what you see and feel, you'll stop needing reassurance from words that don't match actions. Expend 4 keynotes, 900 words without subheading and conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring this home with the truth that changes everything once you really understand it. When a man is genuinely into you, his actions naturally prioritize you. Not because you demanded it, not because you chased it, but because emotionally you've already taken up space in his mind and his heart. A man's priorities are not what he says they are what he consistently makes time, energy, and attention for. And when a man is crazy about you, you don't have to compete with his schedule. You don't have to fight for relevance. You don't have to remind him that you exist. He shows you subtly but clearly that you matter. You'll see it in the way he greets you even when he's busy. He pauses. He looks at you. He acknowledges you fully before moving on. That pause is powerful. It means in that moment you are more important than whatever else is pulling at him. And men do not pause for things that don't matter to them. A man who truly cares doesn't treat you like an option squeezed in between other priorities. He integrates you into his life naturally. His actions align around you without resentment. He doesn't act like your presence is a burden. He acts like it's a benefit, and that difference is everything. When a man is crazy about you, he protects his connection with you. He's mindful of how his behavior affects you. He doesn't greet you carelessly. He doesn't show up emotionally sloppy. Even if he's imperfect, his intention to treat you well is consistent. That's prioritization in action. You'll also notice that he considers you when making decisions. Small ones at first. Timing, plans, availability. He doesn't disappear without explanation. He doesn't leave you guessing where you stand because emotionally your sense of security matters to him, and men only protect what they value. A man who isn't that invested will make you feel like you're always adjusting to him, his time, his mood, his convenience. You'll feel like you're fitting yourself into his life rather than being welcomed into it. And that feeling is not accidental. It's the result of not being a priority. When a man is crazy about you, effort feels natural to him. He doesn't keep score. He doesn't act like kindness is currency. He gives because he wants to, not because he expects something in return. That's the difference between obligation and desire. You'll notice he follows through. If he says he'll call, he calls. If he says he'll see you, he shows up. Not because he's perfect, but because breaking connection with you feels uncomfortable to him. Disappointment matters when emotions are involved. A man who truly cares also defends your place in his life. He doesn't allow others to disrespect you. He doesn't minimize you in conversations. He doesn't hide you. Pride shows up naturally when love is present. He wants people to know you matter. And here's something important. A man who prioritizes you doesn't make you feel guilty for needing him. He doesn't label your needs as too much. He doesn't make you feel like affection is an inconvenience. Because to him, caring for you feels purposeful, not draining. When a man is crazy about you, his life makes room for you, not temporarily, not conditionally, but intentionally. You don't have to beg for space. You don't have to negotiate for effort. You don't have to question your worth. His actions answer those questions for you. Pay attention to where you sit in a man's life, not in his words, but in his choices. Time reveals truth. Effort reveals intention, and priority reveals love.